Right, this is at LH_Talk Spin Sport, your home of everything fast and past, and
we change every week.
We have changed every week, but F1 is back.
F1 is back.
F1 is back. 3-week break, 4-week break, a month. What was the last race? Singapore.
And
a
bit of a ball fest.
But we move on to Austin.
Obviously we had some changes,
mostly including that man right behind us,
Mr. Liam Lawson,
who once again is replacing Ricciardo mid-season. That's 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
But this time it's a bit more permanent.
It is a bit more permanent this year.
But I think this season. It's had a bit of backlash, but that's a lot of people coming from how Ricciardo got fired.
Yeah. So we'll touch on that quickly.
We'll touch on that quickly, yeah.
Yeah, we'll touch on that quickly, because I'm saying we'll touch on that. He had it wasn't really a fight. Can you speak?
The most ceremonious
there we go.
There's the words. Of retirements. But I don't think that'll impact. I mean, Lawson's on the back foot. He's not only replacing Ricciardo, he's also got a grid penalty for an engine change, I believe.
Yeah,
so he'll be starting.
You'll swap over engines, won't he?
So he'll be starting at the back. But these few races are going to be big, because the rumblings are, if Lawson does really well, he could have a shot at that Red Bull seat next year.
Yeah.
Do I think that is the right decision? Absolutely not. It is not a smart decision. But I'm not Red Bull. And if Lawson does really well, I mean, feel free to promote him.
Oh yeah, of course. Feel free to whack anybody in that.
But these are big races for him. Also, just to retain this seat for next season, because it is likely that he'll be on the grid next year.
I'm napping again.
It is very likely he'll be on the grid next year, even if it is at V-Carb or whatever RB's called nowadays.
Yeah.
But how do you think he'll do this weekend?
How do I think he'll do this weekend?
Yeah.
Atrociously. No, I don't. I reckon he might get just outside the top 10.
You know what? I'm inclined to agree. It'll be a fight from the back, but I think he's got that motivation coming in.
Definitely.
To start off with.
Season. He's got to kind of lay some on the cards. He's got to kind of do it. So.
See, I think it'll be a decent weekend for him.
It will be a decent weekend for him.
Elsewhere, we touched on the Liam Lawson coming back. There is a championship fight on our hands, apparently. Apparently. I'm not too certain on that.
Championship fight I've ever seen. The most overhyped championship fight I've ever seen. But
fight. I'm not too certain there is a championship fight on the cards.
I'm not too certain there is. The most invisible championship fight ever. I'm not sure there is a championship fight. Championship fight. Bloody hell, speak your words. But, it's cool. I've seen some beautiful pictures like this before.
Yeah, but
bit below it.
I'm not certain where people are. I think Norris is not. Certain weekends, Norris has showed he's unstoppable. However, he hasn't shown that every weekend.
And he hasn't shown that against a car equally matching the same pace as him either.
And at this point now, he has to be perfect every weekend.
He has to win literally every race.
And Singapore, he was really good.
Yep.
But multiple occasions, he very nearly threw it away.
When he nearly sent it fully into the wall, an inch off the wall.
Yeah, that would have been it. But he needs a miracle, and I think Verstappen's got enough in him to just win it by second last round at season, I'd say.
Do you reckon Red Bull are apparently meant to be fixing the car this weekend?
That'll be interesting to see whether they'll bounce back a bit.
Imagine if they turn into the race, Max wins by 30 seconds.
That will be the title. That will be the title over. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think for McLaren it'll be they have to reinstate it now.
Yeah.
They can't allow Ferrari to pick up any more wins. No. They can't allow Mercedes to have another shoot up like they did in the middle of the year. They have to win. The constructors, I think, is theirs. I think they've got enough with both of them just to keep it in.
Maybe.
I don't think Red Bull or Ferrari have got it in them to overhaul them. But I think this will be a big weekend for Norris, because I'm going to say I've said it for the last few weeks, but I think this is the last chance.
It is the last chance, I think.
If Norris doesn't make a considerable points gain, that's it. I know there's loads of sprint races. There's 24 points worth of sprint race left, and there's about 5 or 6 rounds left. I don't know how many rounds are. There's a lot of rounds left. Harvey's feeling what all the crews are feeling, which is very tired.
Yeah.
With all these races they've got going on.
Yeah, I'm just accurate. I'm off with Red Bull every week and just swapping tyres out. I realise we are at quite equally split, Red Bull and Ferrari here.
Equal.
You've got Ferrari, Red Bull and Quick Fit.
Well, yeah, Quick Fit. Red Bull should get sponsored by Quick Fit.
Yeah.
But I think this is it. This is if Norris doesn't make at least, I'd say, 10 points. He has to make on average 8 points a weekend.
He does have to make about 8 points.
But I think if he doesn't make at least an 8-point gap, that is it. That is the title wrapped up. Verstappen is a 4-time champion.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm not sure. Next year, any of those 4 top teams, he could go to any of them.